Hello everyone, it's me, your boy Hyperwars here. And as per usual, I am here commentating FPS. It's round number 8. We're here at my old stomping ground back in F1 2016, 2015. I don't know, 1 year. Was it 2013? I honestly don't remember. It was a good time. Okay, just understand that. So, yeah, FormulaPlayStation. I'm just looking up the results as we speak because I'm not prepared for this stream at all. But yeah, that's pretty much me, just never prepared. Season 1. There we go. Oops, no, that's not the right place to look. F1 2019, Season 1. Standings, there we go. Oh gosh, Quizard sending a voice message into the chat. This is gonna be fun. Just trying to find FPS's YouTube channel as well, just so I can go and copy the link over into the chat. Trent says ready up. My volume's on, I don't want to hear my own voice. As always, please ignore my PlayStation. It's loud, obnoxious, basically me. So, yeah, it goes hand in hand myself. But hey, if you're a commentator and you're not loud, and you're not sometimes obnoxious, then are you a commentator? That's my question. The thing that's been bugging me throughout the whole of this stream, though, is Quizard's voice message. You know what, I might just mute my mic quick and listen to it. So after like 4 tries of trying to listen to that, I can't understand a word of it. So, well done, Quizard, you don't speak English. I'm just firing shots, okay? I'm joking, he does speak English. I just can't. I just didn't understand it. So, sorry Quizard, I'm gonna have to miss you out for a while. But anyway, yeah, we're here at Singapore. I forgot to say the standings, didn't I? Oh gosh. Well, I'm gonna get on to whoever I'm watching first. And then I'll go tell you what's going on with the standings and stuff, because, yeah. Trent just sent a voice message too. Oh dear lord, everyone, stop. Also, I told this in my other streams that I did, so, my Rise and Phoenix stream that I did last Sunday, recently got braces. It's hard for me to say S's, T's, and another letter I can't remember. But basically it will sound like I've got a lisp, and well, obviously I stutter, people know that, but I'll be a bit more s-y, so like you'll be able to hear me basically sound like a snake. Also I've got no volume. Where's the audio? Where is the audio? I've got all my audio on. I've got no audio. Due to X has left the session, I've got no audio, so this is not fun. Anyway, we'll just do the driver standings. F1 man Button's back is in first with 118 points. He's not here. Oh, he is actually. Oh, here's John Lake. Second is Luke, Vettel, and Trench both drawing with 95. In fourth is Brown with 65. Fifth, Golub Sekro with 48. Oh, it's F's. Yeah, you can tell by how I'm saying it. Tied 6th is Wee Reese and Lightning Poker. In 8th is Mansell's back. 9th is RTYT with 20. 10th is Decus with 18. 11th is Jupiter X with 16. 12th is Stooley and Quizard both with 10. 14th is AMVR with 8. 15th is Dark Knight with 4. 16th, tied 16th, 17th, 18th. and 19th and 20th. Some different guys, all on 0. Dark Knight has retired. I don't know what happened there. Trench is on an outlap, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the session quick and just rejoin through my old invite so that I can get in there. Can somebody send me an invite, please? Because obviously I've just left, just so that you lot can hear the audio. This is for your benefit. So I'm just gonna ask for an extra invite, just so that I can get back in. Re-invite, please. Just check that in the chat, see if anyone does anything. Hey, Trench, what a lad. Thanks, Trench. Means a lot. Just don't want the audio to be messed up, because if I can't hear it, none of you can. And we like hearing gear shifts, don't we? Especially that engine glitch that was, not patched from like 2017. Another glitch that wasn't patched from 2017 is the fact that Ferrari don't win races that often. Another glitch is the fact that Renault's engines are a bit too reliable sometimes. There we go, there's audio. So looking at everything, currently the fastest up is Twistyard, who came through a 1 minute, I can't read the time because it's purple, 44.8. Wee Reese beats it with 137.5. I am just super blind. 7 seconds in front of Brown, beating that by 3/10. Well done, Brown. Very good lap time there. Mansell's back out on the hards, setting a 141.7 with Burton, just beating that. Jupiter X rejoining. Stick with RCYT to see what lap he can set. And I thought I'd do something a bit special for Singapore. If someone retires at the bridge section, as RCYT puts it in third, so where they go under the bridge, I'll just go and show you when someone was on their lap. Yeah, so where Luke Vettel is, like next corner, so under here, if someone retires in here or on the few corners around here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be eating a Starburst, because one, I'm hungry and I want Starburst, and two, it's funny is Luke Vettel sets a 136.9, making him currently the fastest driver out on track. Until Trench, no, never mind, not until Trench sets a new lap. Those currently his lap times are looking to be in the 150s. Oh dear lord. He's slowing down so that he can start a brand new lap. Oh, I forgot constructors, didn't I? Well, let's get on to that. By the way, Toro Rosso still last with only 4 points, so yeah. Anyway, Mercedes are first with 119, Renault are second with 118, Alfa are third with 105, McLaren are fourth with 84, Racing Point are fifth with 68, Ferrari are sixth with 65, Haas are 7th with 56, Red Bull Racing are 8th with 40, Williams are 9th with 28, and like I said, Toro Rosso are in last. So Maxwell's back put it in with 141.7 on the hards. See, these guys don't know what we know in chat, that it's apparently going to rain. In the race, at least. I mean, Singapore in the rain is not fun. I can confirm that, and so can many of my fellow friends. But yeah, I get flashbacks from Singapore in the rain. It's like Vietnam for some people. That's just gonna bring back some flashbacks when it comes around. It's just gonna scare certain people. Like how for now Monaco gives me flashbacks, and Singapore, and basically every track there is. And there's a yellow free sector flag. Yeah, that's a great one. That is a brilliant sentence there, hype. I'm just, you know, big brain time. To actually have a feeling Trench will be setting maybe a 138. And I was right, a 138.1 is Trench's time, beating RTYT, who set a 138.4, putting Trench into 4th place. The Sector 2 yellow flag, I'm wondering who it is. It's Christian. Anyway, we're on board with Gulob to see if he can set a good fast lap. Currently, not all the top 10 racers have set a lap time. All the race, yeah. Well, currently not everyone in the top 10 has set a lap time. But Gulob looks like he's about to go and set his time here. And I know nobody crashed at the bridge yet, but I just want a starburst, so I am going to mute my mic for about 20 seconds at some point, just to literally chew on it. Because I need food, okay? I'm not fed. Obviously that's a joke, I am fed. Just not enough. So normally I do these quite late on who I think is going to win. But I'm feeling confident, unless he crashes, that Luke Vettel has got this in the bag. As Duolel comes through for 139 on the dot, putting him in 6th place. This is the point I'd also normally point out my, well, not obvious, but the people who I think are going, what the time I'd think would be to get in the top 10. But considering there's so many people at the back who are just completely screwing around with their time, I'm going to wait till the 3-minute mark, because that's when that's when I kind of give a deadline for it. I don't actually know if I'd do it in this league or not, or I've just done it in WRL. But I know I definitely do it. Anyway, we're keeping with Brown just to see what lap time he can set here. Compare his sector times quickly. So Sector 1 and Sector 2 both improved by, well, 3 tenths overall. Those 3 tenths overall will not cut it. Look, I know it will cut it actually, as Brown sets the fastest lap and gets pole position provisionally, at least. Reese comes through and beats that time by 8 tenths. And there's messages in the chat. Oh, there's arguing in the chat. Peak times, I'm not supposed to be talking about that, so yeah. Burton's back in the session now, putting him back in his car. Hopefully he can set another lap. And at this point I think I might just guess that the top 10 will be decided by a 141 on the dot. So where 7th is currently. So we're just seeing what time F1 Buttons back can set. He's looking quite strong at the moment. Strong enough to get pole? No. But strong enough to set 138. I mean 137.9, putting him 2 tenths in front of Trench. As RTYC improved his lap time as well. Very impressive there. Luke Vettel on the other hand, worse first sector, is better second sector. The third's where it counts though. As it's come through and it's a 136.6. 2 tenths up in front of Brown, but just not enough to beat Reese. Just going to see what Lightning Poker can set as his lap time. 1:42 is what he's got to beat. And he's actually lost time to his medium times. He's got a 1:44 that hard time, sorry. He's got a 1:44. So yeah. Lightning Poker currently in 10th for 1:42, like I said. Due to X still can't rejoin the lobby, so I don't think he's going to be in this race today. Trench just sliding a bit over the place there. Not looking amazing for him, but again, it could still be an improvement. You have to take positives from everything. Let's have a look at his sector comparison here, if I can find him. Sector 1 was a 10th worse. Sector 2, though, is 4/10ths better. As I can see the stuff going on my chat on my iPad, which is fun. And today it's actually charged, if you don't remember from my Rising Phoenix stream on the Rising Phoenix YouTube channel. But again, I'm only allowed to promote once, so I'm promoting the fact that Trench just got an invalid lap for going wide there. And well, yeah. Hold on, was Buttons back on the medium? Oh no, he was on the soft. Okay. Rounds out to improve another lap. And Lightning Poker's got very little. Yeah, I was about to say if he's doing another lap on those tyres. Mansell's back. Pretty sure his tyres must be. He must have been invalidated or something. Yeah, he was. Well, according to that, at least. Christian on a soft out lap here. Currently lapping in the 1:44s, which is 8 seconds off the pace of the leader. Oh, Mansell's. Oh, he's put it up. Okay, here we go. This is where his lap begins, as we will see what Mansell's back can do. As you can tell, track is in daylight at the moment. I'm hoping that's not the same for the race. Singapore always should have been a night race. That's how it was made, and that's how it, in my opinion, should have stayed. I prefer Singapore as a night race than, you know, other tracks being a night race. I think Bahrain looks cool at night, but anything else, in my opinion, just doesn't feel right. I don't really know how to say it. It's just, yeah. You just kind of don't do it. That's my truthful opinion. But anyway, we're sticking with Mansell's back just to see if he can improve his lap times. The gap between 3rd and 4th currently is 8/10ths, which really doesn't look to be being closed down at all at the moment. I mean, Mansell's back has an opportunity here to go and get a good lap time, as Trench is out, which means he will be starting at least in 6th place. Unless one of the top 5 get disqualified, and then, you know. But that's not realistic to happen. Anyway, Mansell's back is coming through for a 1:40.2, putting him into 9th place. And like I said, the top 10 will be defined by 1:41s. Juice X and Burton both not improving their lap times, as Brown will come home with a 1:36.1, 1/10th off Wee Reese. Luke Vettel Actually, who will be the last person round? Yeah, Luke Vettel will be the last person to come round, as I'm 100% sure that Golub cannot improve his lap times. RTYT off into the pits, basically just retiring himself from this session. Wee Reese coming home with a 135 point, oh no mind, 136.0. He just, yeah, I don't know what happened. He's retired now, which means it's all down to the rest of the crew. Brown not setting a lap. Luke Vettel is low, but it's on very low fuel. Button's currently got 4th. RTYT gets 5th for 137.6. So Button improved his lap time. Lightning Poker up to 7th. Golub improves his lap time to 138.0, just in front of Trench. Which really means the only few positions that can be decided are between Button, Luke Vettel, also Brown, Luke Vettel, Mansell's back. And I was about to say Golub, but Golub's just improved. So who was the other one? Oh, it was Burton. No, it wasn't. Oh, who? I don't even know who it was. Mansell's going into the pits. So I guess it is just up to Luke Vettel and Brown. Brown, yeah, not setting a new fastest lap. I think he's just twitching out. Luke Vettel, on the other hand, will be trying to set a new fastest lap. It's not that much, actually. In fact, yeah, it wasn't the best lap from Luke there. Wrong person. However, he did gain it just about a 10th, which was probably worth it. So Luke confirms himself in 3rd place. And that actually confirms our grid in total. So anyway, Wee Reese is in 1st, Brown 2nd, Luke Vettel 3rd, Button's back in 4th, RTYT 5th, Golub 6th, Trench 7th, Lightning Poker 8th, Mansell's back 9th, and Quistian in 10th. Burton, Jupiter X and Dark Knight out of the top 10. Burton X still the only person not to have, well, still the only person outside the top 10 to have set a lap. Obviously Dark Knight retired and Jupiter X just didn't come out. But the gap looking to be about 5 seconds between the lot of the races here. So it could be quite a spread grid, especially at a track like Singapore here. Probably one of the longest tracks in the calendar. Definitely feels like it. Oh, and they were right. It's right. It's wet. And with that being said, as it's wet, time for a lucky dip starburst. Oh, it's red. Also, yesterday I was actually getting over being quite ill, so I probably sound funny because of that. But and it's mainly because of my braces and the fact that, you know, I'm just, yeah, ill. I was literally going in and out of consciousness most yesterday, so fun times. But still I've been okay, so I'm all better now. Hence why I'm commentating. You know, I missed a really, really amazing not race yesterday, so, you know. However, I'm sure today will be different. So what tyres is it? Looking to me like it's the wets, but yep, it's wets. Oh, Fouché's in too. So people actually staying in formation for once. So first is first. That's good. Second is second. Third is third and holding the grid up a bit. Fourth is fourth. Fifth is fifth. Sixth is sixth. Seventh is seventh. Oh, come on. Eighth is eighth. Ninth is ninth. 10th is 10th. But 11's not 11th, is it? No. No, Mansell's back and Lightning Poker both fell behind Quistard and Burton. Oh wait, no, never mind. Quistard just fell behind everyone. Quistard, come on. There's always that guy. And just that guy here is Quistard. The one thing I don't get about... I understand F1 quite a lot, but... And I know that... So, tracks go by their distance via their... Well, no, go to the lap count, be it by how long it is. But Singapore is a track that takes a minute 30. Yet is 31 laps for half distance. Which means 62 laps in total, maybe 63. Whereas Austria, it's 36 laps half distance, 72 or 73 or 74 in full distance. Yeah, you look at the lap times, they're 30 seconds apart. But it's just because Singapore's shorter. But the problem is Singapore has more hard braking zones, whereas Austria is more long straights. I don't think you, even on the longest straight, I don't think you can max out 7th gear here at Singapore. I don't think you can do that at all. But we're just lining up for the 5 red lights. As we get all drivers into position, I've got the only starburst I need ready just in case someone crashes here at the start. 5 red lights. I like a good camera angle. We're stuck on 3. And away we go, I think. Well, a Haas didn't start. That's not good. I thought it was the Renaults who had engine problems, but it's not. As Luke Vettel's completely missed the corner there. Oh dear lord. Bottas back up into 2nd. I don't know what happened. Oh no, never mind. It's not something that happened. Ignore me. I was completely thinking that Reese went down a few positions, but he didn't. Artie Whitey though looks to be in a pinch. Oh no, that's just Twistard and Mansell's back in the wall. 2nd, 3rd and 4th all fighting for a position here. It's probably one of the tightest corners on this track, but one of the most heavily contested as well. As we're just watching from Luke Vettel's perspective as he is fending off Brown currently. Trench back in this trying to fight now. Unfortunately, he wasn't in quali. Fouché running on a default setup today. As I think he must have had a... Oh, as Lightning Poker must have made a dive bomb of some sorts. So yellow flag in sector 2. Is it Artie Whitey? Well, he just had to cut corner, so I presume he had a crash somewhere. As Golub's into the wall, and Quistard and Fouché both looking to have been overtaken by almost everyone here. So not sure what's going on. I'm really not. All I can tell you is there's a lot of rain. And there's no point at all going for a different camera angle. Oh, as Brown gets a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits on lap 0. 1, sorry. That's actually amazing. Dark Knight seems to have had a bit of a spin, presuming he's now at the back of the grid. Oh, yeah, he's okay. No, just a bit of a broken wing. And so Reese currently of a 5-second lead over the rest of the pack. And it's looking quite dominant here. Reese setting some good lap times. Button just learning the track a bit too poorly there, I'll have to say. Artie Whitey goes into the pits. Quistard's overtaken by Lightning Poker. And after a lap, who's had the best start? Well, apart from Reese, who's away from the whole pack, Jupiter X actually had the best start, with Mansell's back unfortunately having the worst in theory. As someone has crashed at some point. It's Dark Knight. He's not just able to get into the pits, and he's actually sped into there as well. Oh dear lord. Things are not going well. As here's Luke Vettel trying to make a move on Button's back. The two of them fighting very nicely, obviously on these wets. Kind of hard to get slipstream here, so you just have to really hit and hope, really. That's kind of all I can suggest. As you could tell by that sudden pause, that Starburst just kept looking at me, so I had to put it out with misery. So sorry, it just told me I needed to eat it. Sorry, I'll get another one out. This is going to soon. This isn't going to become FormulaPlayStation soon. It's going to be a Hyper's ASMR channel that Trench just has for no reason whatsoever. I mean, come on, I'm the only voice you ever hear on this channel. There's a reason that nobody subscribes. Jokes, it's a joke. It's a joke. I'm not being serious. Like, I actually love the fact that loads of people subscribed in a week, so, you know. Anyway, we'll keep on going. As Dark Knight seems to be about 9 seconds behind, my mic's playing up, as Luke Vettel making the move on Button and is in front only just as Button is going back down the inside. We can see Luke Vettel struggling here, but on the inside still. Button having to run wide. There shouldn't be a bump there. That should just be the whole of the straight, because to be honest, it's a great place for overtaking. Brown also looking to get in on this action, with Godop doing very well to be able to stay in this fight, I have to say. Oh, as Luke Vettel's gone wide and into the barrier. As Godop's been forced to just make a few, well, changes there to his steering, I guess, and braking quite heavily, just to avoid Luke Vettel. But anyway, Lightning Poker's just let his teammate Jupiter X pass, as Burton's been forced into the pit lane. And we've already got quite a big gap. Wee Reese in first here, about to start the fourth lap, and Burton X here, just coming out the pit lane. So we've already got our first lap car. Oh no, Burton X has left. I mean, to be fair, he could have just retired. I don't like that personally about people in racing. As both Brown and Luke Vettel are changing their tyres. I presume both of them have got wing damage. We'll first see from Brown here. Oh, he's got... Oh, no, he has got wing damage, yes. Luke Vettel we can't really see, but I'm presuming as well it's wing damage. Again, these wets can go quite a long time. As Luke Vettel was able to jump Brown in the pits, but he's unfortunately jumped himself by Jupiter X and Lightning Poker. RC Whitey spinning around a bit. As it looks like RC Whitey might be able to get into a fight here with Brown and Luke Vettel. As a yellow flag in Sector 3, it's Twist Yard into the barrier. Luckily for him though, he's not out the race. And no, I don't class that as under the tunnel, so yeah, no starburst. Anyway, speaking of fights, the only real fight that's been going on currently has been this fight here between Jupiter X and his teammate Lightning Poker. But it looks to be that Lightning Poker has gained a little bit of distance. Jupiter X is looking quite unsteady with his steering quite currently. So, yeah. Don't know what's going on. He just looks a bit shaky. Could be the wet weather and just trying to get the most grip out of his tyres. But he lost, well, 2 seconds in this whole sector. So, I don't think he has wing damage from what I've seen. And speaking of wing damage, here's someone who probably does have wing damage. Brown, as I think he just messed up the corner there. Oh no, because he's got no wing damage from what I can see. As Button's back is into the pit lane. He's actually not gone for a front wing change. He's gone for a tyre change and has gone on to the intermediates. I wonder if Lightning Poker or Jupiter X are going to be doing the same thing. Lightning Poker appears to be staying out. Jupiter X also staying out. But it looks like Button's back will be in front of the both of them. Out this very weirdly pit design shape thing, pit lane. I have to say. Like, one thing I don't like about Singapore's pit lane is just the fact that it's so tight, and then they're just like, you know, let's just put it on a really, really tight turn. As to get a flag in Sector 2, I'm unsure who it is. And currently does look to be Dark Knight, as he's ended up binning it in the wall. Just by letting Wee Reese go past him, as well as Burton X. Mansell's back here, fighting for 10th place with Quistiard. Mansell's back, currently down the inside. Quistiard with wing damage though. So really, Mansell's back should be in the prime position to make the move and get this overtake done. Again, these points will matter. They're going to get a flag in Sector 2/3. Well, now it's Sector 3 alone, but I actually have no idea who it is. Sorry, guys. Looks for the whole field. But anyway, Reese has gone into the pits. And the big gap he's got there to Trench, I'm A, assuming it was Trench, and B, assuming that he will be out in front of Button's back. So currently they're the only two on intermediates, with the rest all still being on the wets. Brown and Luke Vessel, sorry, but you went in a lap too early, my friends. It seems like Wee Reese is out 4 seconds in front of Button's back, who's been done for corner cutting. There's a bit of contact in Mansell's back and Quistiard. And Lightning Poker, along with Luke Vessel and RT Whitey, have all gone into the pits. Brown with a 5-second penalty, and Mansell's back. And he didn't hit Quistiard into the barrier, but he did end up in there himself. As yep, it looks like everyone is going on to the intermediates. Fouché needs to get past his teammate here if he wants to get in the pit first. Obviously, you don't want to double stack when you're outside the points. Or when you're in the points, really. You want to do it when there's a big gap and you know it's worth it. Unfortunately here, Fouché just isn't in the position to bargain. He really needs to overtake Quistiard. And it looks like they will be both double stacking here. Fouché probably understands the inevitable fate of this, so better now than never. As it looks like Luke Vessel is closing in on Lightning Poker. Unfortunately still not making that corner. But prepared to fight, you know. And just looking everywhere for the move, just to see if he can make it, as Wee Reese does get back into first place. Button's back moves up to second. Jupiter X quite a while behind on the wets. So it looks like Trench and Golub might have jumped Luke Vessel here. And well, obviously they did jump because they've had one less pit stop, but yeah, it's... Dark Knight goes back onto wets. Very confused about that. Jupiter X now coming into the pits. Lightning Poke are doing a good job at holding up Luke Vessel. Surprised RTYC and Brown both haven't caught up even quicker. But then Lightning Poke is helping his teammates, so you know, I guess it helps Jupiter X that those lot are kept behind. It looks to be that Trench actually lost time to Golub in that pit stop there. And I hope Golub actually gets into his box first. So he might have got out in front of Trench. Trench might have had wing damage and had to change it. You never know. As Mansell's back has got a 5-second penalty. Obviously now a whole minute and 10 seconds behind Jupiter X. Currently it's looking like the battle within the top 10, well, top 4, and then 5 to 9, and then 10th downwards is looking like how this race will go. At least for now anyway. As Luke Vessel's making a... Oh, he was about to make a dive there. Decided against it. As Wee Reese sets the fastest lap, Lightning Poker ended up in the wall, which let Luke Vessel past. Poker decides not to make a dive for it, and instead just allows Luke past. Streetstard is back into the pits from his wets, now going on to the intermediates, hopefully for him. If not, then it's a very, very long race ahead. Oh, yep, there we go, intermediates. RTYC has been pressured by Brown. At least you're not too close in the championship, but RTYC definitely looking to get some more points than he has had recently. I feel like after my round 7, having only about 20 points or so really isn't telling of the true story for RTYC. Well, to me at least, but you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Holy shit, what was that? I was about to say beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but holy shit, what was that? Is probably the better saying for this, because that move from Brown, yeah, I think the less said about that, the better. That's all I'm going to point out there. We're sticking with Brown though, currently in his Ferrari. And where else would he be? Just sticking behind the Force India of RTYT, trying to look for a way to get the move done. Meanwhile, well, the counterpart at least for RTYC, Golub, is kind of stuck here with Trench trying to get past an AI who left. Obviously a Burton a bit selfish in only leaving and just not retiring. So yeah, I'm not going to give a comment to that. Oh wait, I just did, never mind. We've actually lost Trench a bit of time here, as Golub was able to get away a little bit easier. So yellow flag in sector 1/2. Don't know who it is. I'm not going to pretend like I do know who it is. And from what I can see, it is no one. Now lap 9, almost a third of the way through this race, with Wee Reese still leading and still consistently setting fastest laps. So now we get a flag in sector 1. This has to be someone at the front. Oh no, it's Fouché. Fouché just ended up in a wall. Yeah. Oh, as he just slows down on the racing line there, steering Golub. He's got wing damage as well, which means Mansell's back should have a pretty solid lead. As Brown and RTYT going side by side. Oh, Brown goes very deep, clipping RTYT's wing as well. Luckily not off, but still RTYT making a move with a little bit of contact. Yes, back to what I was saying about Fouché. Currently being chased down by an AI. Oh, nope. Been taken out by an AI. As he just ends up in the wall. Fouché unfortunately not getting points today. It's a sad sight to see, however, it happens sometimes in F1. As the green flags are out, everyone's back onto racing speeds. Surprised that car was cleared so quickly. To me, that's a sure safety car, or at least a virtual one. Unluckily, position isn't too bad, but still, it kind of should be a safety car. But Codemasters doesn't think like that, so. And it probably must be easy for Codemasters just to put a script in that's like, if a car retires here, put out a virtual safety car. If a car retires here, put out a full safety car. If a car retires with its wheel missing and it's on the track, bring out a safety car. You know, or they could easily just say, you know, other things, like if a car's off the track or it's still drivable, then there's no safety car. But hey, I'm not Cody's. I don't make the rules for F1. I'm just opinionated. Still think it'd be easy though. You know, the amount of runoff areas there are. See, there's a yellow flag in Sector 3. I'm not going to go back and have a look who it is. Ah, yes I am actually. Oh, it's not Wee Reese, I can tell you that, as he's setting another fastest lap. Bloody hell, man. Just stop. Trench a few seconds of time penalties there. Not sure if it's 3 or 5. But he's been cutting corners. Naughty Trench. As Brown's got a very good toe on Lightning Poker here. And Brown clearly has done up to hot lap for this lap. And he's just really trying his best to get past this Haas. Obviously, he knows he can fight Luke Vettel. Unfortunately, those 7 seconds between Lightning Poker and Luke Vettel, Brown's definitely lost whilst fighting RTYT. As Lightning Poker, the half spin there, into Brown, another one there, ooh, as he hits RTYT smack on in the face, and that should be, yeah, that is RTYT going back into the pits. I'm presuming this one is wing damage. There's not anyone else fighting. I will just have a look. And who is it who's crashed in lap sector 1? Not you, not you, not you, not you. Yep, wing damage like I said. Don't think Jupiter X will be able to catch up though, in all fairness. And he might just. But even so, if he does, actually no, he will. We can see the car in front. We can see RTYT there. Jupiter X has a chance to get in front, but RTYT, unfortunately, well, unfortunately for Jupiter X, fortunately for himself, is able to get out in front of the Haas driver. As we restart lap 12, we've got a yellow flag. I don't even know who it is, honestly. I don't really care who it is. Just people, stop crashing into walls, please. You're going really slowly. And you know what else needs to happen? Trench needs to pick up the pace if he wants to be able to catch Golub. It's done very well in, you know, not only keeping Trench's pace and keeping in front of him, but well, at least now he's definitely picked up the speed. Picked up the speed and really tried to assert a good gap away from Trench. Flying sector 2 and 3 as Twistard is out of the race. Honestly, couldn't tell you where that was, so I'm just not going to look for it. Well, it's in sector 2 and sector 3 somewhere, so yeah. Sector 2 and sector 3, so Jupiter X, you're probably seeing it somewhere. And there's no yellow flags here, so I'm guessing it's not here. Oh well, we just know he's out. As Brown's not really gained on Luke Vettel too much. I think Luke Vettel's hit about the same gap between himself and Trench. If flying in sector 2 as Mansell's back lets everyone past. Well, let's have a look at gap to leader. So Mansell's back and Burton X both a lap down. Dark Knight 2 laps down. Jupiter X definitely about to be lapped soon. R2YC's had the most stops at the moment, and position change. Currently the best is Trench, Golob and Jupiter X. Worst having to be Brown, unfortunately, with -4. As Luke Vettel's got a 3-second time penalty, which unfortunately doesn't go well for him. So Brown seems to gain about a 10th or 2 on the driver ahead of him. Dark Knight finally overtakes, so that means he was back there in the wall. Fun times. Luke Vettel off into the pits. Not sure what it's for. It's for mediums. The rain hasn't even stopped yet, lad. He's not the only one. He is not the only one. Brown has gone in. Burton X has gone in. They can't be serious. It's surely not stopped. I mean, the rain's not stopped. It's not dry enough, surely. No, Brown's gone in for mediums. Burton X's AI has gone in for inters, though. Have Luke Vettel and RTYT jumped the gun? I'd say so. Jupiter X has definitely made his way out here in front of Brown. Meanwhile, Trench is quite a way behind Golob. And also he has no wing. Well, never mind. His wing's just very, very low. Button's back though into the pits himself. He's making the change onto the mediums. As Golob will go past. Now I actually think it's stopped raining, as you can't see the rain droplets down on the screen. So Golob stayed out. Trench has gone in himself. I wonder what tyres he's going to put on. And the mediums can go to the end. Mounts is back doing the same thing, by the way. I definitely think they can go 17 laps. Actually, I say that. Can they? Probably not, but you can try. Oh, there's a safety car. Burton X is out. I'm gonna definitely tell you now, those mediums can go to the end. This means that Wee Reese has to go catch the safety car. Luke Vettel able to overtake Lightning Poker in the pits, who's gone onto the softs. which puts Luke Vettel in 5th, just behind Trench. So from a pit stop down, this safety car has definitely helped, and will help. However, unfortunately, we can't really say the same for Brown. He's been stuck behind due to X, and possibly R2Y2 too, as he's also making his way back into the pits for a different set of tyres. Interesting. Wee Reese obviously back into the pits himself, which will mean that technically I think Reese will be our lead car, like, no matter what. I don't think Barton's back is close enough. No, he's definitely not close enough. And even if he was, Golub would be going into the pits anyway, so it would be Barton. Oh, Lightning Protocol. That's unfortunate. Getting a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Like, Wee Reese is out. We don't know where the safety car is. Oh, no, we know where the safety car is. Lightning Protocol gets another penalty for speeding on the safety car. See, I think it's quite unfair, as Golub's waiting for no one. Well, I've got to say he's a bit, yeah. Oh no, he's back out after waiting for absolutely no one. Which means Golub stays in front of Trench and will have the fresher tyres. Jupiter X wow, disqualified for ignoring yellow flags. Shot motorbikes. Has he actually been disqualified? He's not actually been disqualified, has he? No, he's not. What? So why did I get a thing that said he got disqualified? What? Hold up, what? No, what? Hold on. So he hasn't been disqualified. Okay, well, I'm so confused, honestly. Man, I am confused.com. Well, the safety car's completely just, fucked people up here. I mean, that would be a red flag. But the safety car has stopped on track. So I'm going to tell Trench the safety car's still out. F1 Button's back is now apparently been disqualified. I am so confused. Trench is retired. What? What? What on earth's happened here then? The rest of the field still seems to be fine. Just what? I mean, what is going on? I am... What? Okay. So everyone's being told to retire. So because of the safety car, we've just been told to leave it. There's been a new session made. This is, yeah. Bit weird. Not gonna lie. Well, rest in peace to all those who got disqualified and don't get a chance to in the new lobby. So I'm just gonna sit here and yeah, listen to someone drill outside my house at like 9 PM. What is wrong with people? So it looks like the rest of this stream, yeah, well, all of that part of the stream was null and void, as apparently we're now doing a one-shot quali, 25%. So, yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save the drama, and I'm going to tell Trench at the end of this to call this stream like red flag, and then what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to start another stream. So Trench, if you're watching, can you put in chat yes, please, just to say that you know that I want this to be called red flag, so that I can start up another stream and then have that as the actual race. Cheers. I will just wait for that. If not, then I'll keep this, but I'd like this to be called red flag, just so people can go back and view it and not be like, oh, so we wasted just a load of time for absolutely nothing. But yeah. There's my invite for Trench. 9 people in. Guess we're not having a new stream, so yeah, we're keeping this one. He's put it on short quality. Bro, put it on one shot. Trench, one shot quality, mate. Somebody tell him to put it on one shot, because I'm not sitting here for like the next hour and a half just for a stupid Singapore race. Please, Trench, put it on one shot. Thank you, Luke Vessel. You're actually helping for once. Looks like everyone's getting back in here. Unsure if Fouché's allowed to come back. I'm presuming not. I'm presuming he just didn't get an invite. Which is a shame, really. But hey, he crashed, so I guess that does mean it's important. Oh, because it's a race instead of one shot. Oh, then they've decided that people DNFing before the safety car don't join back. What a shame. Let's just do is have a custom grid, use the stream, and, you know, have it like that. And they might actually do that. Oh, they are doing customs grid. They're learning. And yes, I am a salty commentator. If they don't like it, then they can just tell me to stop, and I will. but they know this is what I'm like. But yeah, I guess this is take 2 of unranked Singapore. Unfortunately for them, all their penalties also seem to have been gone and erased, so yeah. And that was almost an hour of my life. And hours of their lives too. Wasted. Good job, Cody's. Thanks. I hope formation lap's off. Better be off. All the things on this, like, that we don't really need to see. We don't really need to see ghosting over formation lap. I'm just saying. And heard the jigsaw is, I'd like to agree with you, and it's a big, fat GCF. You know, I could just be sitting at home. Well, I'm sitting at home, but I could be doing so many better things right now. Like, oh, I don't know. Watching hentai. That's a joke, obviously. I don't just watch it, I absorb it, but still. Take 2, here we go. Hopefully formation up is off, just because, yeah, we don't want to waste time. We get this started, guys. Come on. I know you're all getting your setups back just for a dry race, but come on. Someone else wants to get to bed, you know. Exams and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, 5 red light. Oh, nope, it's a formation up. Oh, of course. Of course. Everyone's on the clean fares tyres anyway, just, yeah. Okay, it's a formation lap. This is the point where I tell you about drinking. So, 1, don't drink and drive, kids. 2, make sure you stay hydrated. With restarts and red flags, I would suggest that you drink Rock. It's a very nice water company that comes in plastic bottled water. The plastic is recyclable, so are the lids. And Rock are not today's sponsors. They don't sponsor me in any way, shape or form, but the water is nice. And I moved on from Highland Springs to these guys, so please check them out. Rock, they give you water, and they give you some really sexy guy with abs. So Rock. Yeah. Yeah, at least Lightning Poker can get back into this race. So can Dark Knight as well. I still, that unfortunately means that Wee Reese, well, unfortunately for everyone else, Wee Reese is still at the front, not retired. And apparently Luke Vettel works overnight. So, yeah. That's a fun thing to work out. Oh dear. F1 Maxwell's back has decided that he's not going to be in the right position, and he's just going to start last. But anyway, for these new starting tyres and this 15 lap race, thank God it's only 15. Reese, Button and Golub have started on the softs, Trench on the mediums, Luke on the hards, RTYC on the mediums, Jupiter X on the softs along with Brown, Mansell on the mediums, Dark Knight and Lightning Poker on the softs. 4 red lights, and away we go. As I saw a good start from a Haas there. Yes, I did. Dark Knight with a poor one, though. A Singapore start. Hey! I amuse myself. I'm just that good. Golub currently fighting with Luke Vessel. Luke Vessel going around the outside here and taking that position off the Force India very smoothly. Trench back up into third on his mediums. As it looks like Golub's been overtaken by everyone, with Brown and his teammate RTYC both getting the jump on him. Dark Knight a little while behind, obviously, because of his bad start. RTYC and Golub, though, are still fighting neck and neck here, with the Ferrari of Jupiter X just behind. Make that just around the side of Golub. With Luke Vessel currently trying to close down Trench here. Currently doing an alright job of it. Obviously a Trench on the mediums, so it's currently the best runner for the backward strat, as you would call it for this. Always Luke Vessel goes for a dive. Not the greatest, but it was a chance as Trench actually hits the wall. Trench hits the wall. You know what that means, guys. That means it's Starburst time. What colour are we going to have? We've got purple. We've got Tinky Winky colour. If anyone gets that reference, then you had a really awesome childhood watching Teletubbies. Oh, well, now I just given the reference away. But Lightning Poke is overtaken by Jupiter X. I'm now all pumped up for this, as Luke Vessel's just up past Trench. I need to go put the Starburst in my mouth, but I also need to open it, so... this is the most excited I'm ever going to get, as I can't even tell where Brown is, as he's doing on the inside of Trench, diving it in. It wasn't really a dive, he just kind of broke very late there. And what's your pro racer moves here? As here we go, Starburst into the mouth. Oh yes. Yeah, if I can sector 2, that is Jupiter X, who's fallen into the wall. I mean, like, crashed, but not actually fallen. So 15 in that race kind of ruins it for him, but still, he's got a chance. Getting back 10th, there's only one position. And all he has to do is go on the hards. Simple as that, really. Hards to the end. And you could probably even take the mediums to the end at this point, as we resets the fastest lap yet again, and DRS is enabled. As Brown goes for the cheeky dive up the inside of Trench. And that was one cheeky move that worked. I think the real fight, though, honestly going to be Golub versus Lightning Poker here. Lightning Poker using all his DRS, ghosting through Golub. Yeah. Listen, we don't want F1 ghost sex, please. Not on this PG YouTube channel. Well, though it's supposed to be PG at least. Yeah, Jupiter X did go on to the mediums. So as for position changes by lap 3, the worst, obviously, actually, no, it's not obvious at all. But it's Golub Sekro, with the best ups being both Brown and Lightning Poker. Both just really were unable to show their pace during the wet. Gap to leader at most is 24 seconds, obviously due to 25 now, due to that bad start from Dark Knight. It's quite reasonable for the rest of the guys. You know, only 1 or 2 seconds, or 3 if your button's back, behind the guys in the lead, so yeah. So there's a yellow flag in Sector 2, and that's Jutex out of the race, unfortunately. Oh, Lightning Poker must have crashed in the tunnel. So you know what that means. That means it's time for another starburst. Just in case you didn't understand the memo. Jupiter X leaves the session. Golub with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Very unfortunate there. What colour is it? Oh. It's purple again. And I'm literally only doing it for this stream just because like I said, I'm hungry. And I like starbursts. And hey, everyone who's been in this race now has got a point, apart from Jupiter X. But still, everyone who's still remaining has got a point. It's just elimination races, guys. It's like Mario Kart Wii circuit elimination. Fun times. People understand Mario Kart. Oh, that is like the shit. Like, oh, Luke Vettel's into the wall. He forgot to brake again. It was all going so well. But yeah, like I was saying. Sorry, like I was saying. Mario Kart Wii, pinnacle of racing games. No racing game could ever beat that. Such a beauty. Yeah, Mansell's back won't have DRS here. Brown won't unfortunately on button either. Trench too far away from Brown. Nobody really close enough to get a move done. Trench has been able to regain some speed here. So his mediums either kicking in or Brown's softs are just going off. Either way, Trench has seemed to get a bit faster. Maybe Brown got a bit of wing damage. Doesn't look to be so. Or maybe Trench is just cheating with, you know, speed hacks. And imagine like what you call 9999 VR in Mario Kart as a yeah. And as your commentator, I'm also supposed to tell you what's going on in chat. Obviously I missed out a bit, so please start sending voice messages because that was fun. But an official driver statement from Jupiter X. This is fucking bullshit. Was gonna get P7 or 8. The safety car ruined the whole race, and now I'm finishing without points. That is a quote from our man Jupiter X as Wee Reese goes into the pits, along with Buttons back. Buttons back doesn't even have a pit crew out. Well, that's just ruined him completely. As Wee Reese will be out, well, not behind Golub, that's a fact, but will be out behind Mansell's back. Who also is on the mediums. Buttons back will be out in front of Golub. I realised this race is actually in the night, so yeah. Finally, it's at the right time. But this all really depends for Brown and Trench how their laps go, because if they're able to lap faster than Reese and Buttons back, well, just as long as they lap faster than Reese, they have a chance to get first here. And all Brown really has to do is go as fast as he can, or same as Trench, go as fast as he can just on these tyres, and then hope that with Button pitting in early, A, his mediums go off quicker, but also B, these two can stay at their quick speeds on these, well, on the slower tyre for Trench at least. For Brown, it's just, yeah. I don't really know, I think Trench is, well, Trench is faster than Brown at this point in time, but obviously Brown's going into the pits. So Brown stay out another lap. I'm not sure how much that will help him. Gaining 2 seconds, I don't think he will personally. So, well, actually 3 seconds for Reese, but for Buttons back, I definitely think he's got him due to that hold up. But Lightning Poker has stayed out an extra lap on his softs. He's dived in there a bit recklessly, but still gets past. Wee Reese overtakes Mansell's back, and Buttons back is out in front of Brown. So yes, Brown's lap time was not as quick. As Lightning Poker's trying to close in on RT Whitey. Currently the man to beat. Well, unless, well, apart from Trench and Wee Reese. But still, he's the man you kind of want to stay in front of. Oh, there's a spin, well, a slight spin from Lightning Poker. So halfway through, he's now out of the DRS. And RT Whitey has gained over a second away. Dark Knight now into the pits to go put on some softs himself. Sorry, some mediums. My apologies. Lightning Poker, though, got quite a fair distance. If his tyres are still completely fine, I'd suggest continuing going, because, you know, as long as your softs can go well, then there's no point changing them, really. As our Dark Knight does seem to have been lapped here by Trench. But Wee Reese is closing in on Lightning Poker, who has done this for the pits himself, actually. So I guess he's out of the running for staying out there. 5-second penalty as well for speeding. And now Reese is closing in on RT Whitey, who's 14.3 seconds behind. We know pit stops are longer than that. And here we go. Around the outside, well, technically the inside for this next corner here. RT Whitey doesn't defend too hard, lets him through. Meanwhile, Mansell's back, not close enough, but Brown makes a dive up the inside and is now in front of F1 Mansell's back. RT Whitey over a second behind Wee Reese, who is now closing in on Trench. Now for me, if I was Trench, this already would be the point in the race where I think pit. Because even though he'll be behind Reese, he still has a chance to get DRS at this point, and that DRS can definitely help him. However, if he doesn't, then I'm afraid to say I think Reese will definitely catch him. And speaking of catching, Brown has done a brilliant job here at closing in on Buttons back. And, you know, he even has DRS, so Buttons back is kind of not back as RT Whitey goes into the pits. Brown with the fastest lap. Looking like the fastest guy on track. Who's that in Sector 1 who's crashed? I don't know. But RTYT will be out just behind his teammate Golub. And probably out behind Lightning Poker tonight, though. That is as far out as you can get. He's talking about Brown's racing line, obviously, as he goes round the outside of Buttons and gets the job done. And going back to kids' cartoon references, Buttons has just been mooned by Brown. 'Cause Button moon. And yeah, I like making references. So yeah, this is what I do every night in the night garden. I need to stop. Especially talking about F1 here. Oh, as that's a wild dark night just driving along for Christmas. And I say, for you, do. There's only 4 months left to go. Anyway. We race now at 9.4 seconds behind Trench and setting fastest laps. Trench, on the other hand, setting 142s. I mean, I can't help Trench here, that's not my job on the commentator, but in my personal opinion, I think Trench has made a silly decision by staying out longer. You don't try and stretch the medium tyres, you try and stretch the soft tyres. As Mansell's back is in the pits and will be out. Well, definitely behind RTYT, that's a fact. And to me, oh, Trench is there, got a 3-second time penalty. And to be fair, it looks to me like the guys who did the mediums to softs just didn't do it fast enough. Lap 9 or 10 really isn't the lap to be going in. Just my opinion. So I missed Lightning Poker overtaking Golub. My apologies. Yeah, if you wanted to pit in, would have said lap 7, lap 8. Not lap 9 or 10. And if you're in a 25% race, I don't recommend doing the mediums to softs unless you're one of the fastest. Because then you really lose out on the chance of getting DRS at all. And as you can see, Trench will now be down to 3rd. And to 4th as well. Whereas he could have been like 3rd probably at some point. Like he probably could have come out in 2nd or 3rd if he'd tried. Or if he'd gone in just a little bit earlier. As you know, Brown was quite a while back, Button's back was a while back. You know, it's things like that. Which is why Trench is not going to win the title this year. I mean, it's all about strategy. And to be honest, I think Trench messed his up, as Dark Knight is also out, getting himself 2 points for today's race. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1, I'm just presuming that's Dark Knight's car. But to me, unless Weary somehow manages to get quite a few seconds of penalties, I don't think there'll be anyone else to win this race. Be great if there was, because Weary seems to be dominant now in this league. But if there was someone faster than him, I'm sure they'd have cropped up quite a while sooner. With Brown actually being faster at this moment, but not fast enough. Unless Reese gets a 5-second time penalty and a 3-second one, I don't think there's any chance of Brown catching. And even with just the 5 alone, he's got no chance. And unless Reese makes a mistake, which is, you know, what we can all expect, but it's a bit like the actual F1 sometimes, where you've just got the drivers who are way too good, like Lewis when he wins, you know, just too far out front, or Bottas back at Australia, where again they're just too far out front, and it's not really enjoyable. But hey, for these guys, places mean points, so you want to get as high up as possible and as far away as possible. At least Force India, I guess, in double points today. I mean, maybe not close together, but still, they're trying. You know, that's what you got to give them credit for. They're trying. And so Toro Rosso, I guess. Oh no, Toro Rosso, never mind, not Toro Rosso. Whereas Toro Rosso and Merc colours look almost identical to me. Maybe F1 Mansell's back might actually have someone to challenge now if Dark Arty Whitey spun. Oh, Brown's gained up a whole second this lap. So well done, Brown. Reese gets 2 warnings. This could be good for Brown at least. It's definitely improved first corner too. Brown is gaining up. If Reese gets 2 time penalties, I'm sure it could happen. Or if Reese just crashes, Brown could get, you know, that first place. And it looks very likely, I'm being honest, that he could do that if that happens. As Lightning Poker gets a 3-second time penalty. I wasn't getting hopeful or anything that was a Reese. I just want to see a bit of a close fight. You know, even if Reese wins it, it's still a close fight, and that's really what I want to see. That nobody else is really in proximity to fight. Trench might be able to have a crack at Button's back. Yeah, kind of a total fight, but even so, it won't really be enough. And the gap between Reese and Brown has gone down to 6.9 seconds. 6.8 now. Reese being careful. And you're just trying not to get those penalties. Back up to 7. Whilst Brown, on the other hand, really just pushing his hardest. Trying to close in on that gap. Again, down 9 tenths actually, since the last lap. All Brown needs to do is just gain out like 3 seconds in the next 2 laps. Not hard at all. Oh, there's a Toro Rosso wing. Or Red Bull. Probably Dark Knight in all fairness. Still not really many battles to speak of. We've only a lap left. I was kind of hoping that the battle between Buttons back and Augie Reese should have happened, but obviously due to the safety car. Well, due to the safety car being an idiot. That's for sure. So yellow flag in sector 1 as RT Whitey is out of the race. As he crashed, I don't even know how you can crash there, to be honest. But he crashed there, so yeah. He's now got 8, and my voice went a bit weird. And I'm honestly just so confused. Like I said in the chat like a little while ago, big F. And RT Whitey is out. I think you mean oof, mate. Because that's what happened, you got oofed. And Brown is now within 5 seconds as a yellow flag in sector 2. Is it Mansell? No, it's RT Whitey's teammate Golub, who has crashed into a barrier. and is actually stuck near these barriers. As you see, Mansell's back. They're now behind him. Only 2.9 seconds behind. Well, they get 3 now, but still close. Meanwhile, Reese and Brown fighting it out. Reese still only has 2 warnings. 1 more and he has a penalty. Still only has no penalty. Well, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Honestly, we all know Reese is about to win this, and he deserves to win it as he is the fastest here. But right now, if he did get a 5-second penalty, that would just be awesome for drama. As Dulov Sekro who gets a 3-second penalty instead. You know, just Cody's, you're raising my hopes up, man. They really are. But anyway, it looks like we have a winner. And that winner is Reese, who will come across the line in first place. Well done, that man. Brown in second, and also going to be given my drive of the day to him, just for his amazing drive. In third is F1 Buttons back, also a very, very solid drive. Fourth is Trench. Fifth, sixth, and seventh was well, sixth and seventh is still up for contest here. Up to be contested? I don't know. They're both fighting for it. Lightning Poker had an unserved penalty there. Unfortunately, that won't really matter in the grand scheme of things, at least. But it's really just Golub versus Mansell. I think both of them have penalties here. So this is trying just to fight for, well, I don't know. Well, it is the fight for 6th, but I'm not sure if Mansell's a penalty. I think he does. But it looks like Golub will be keeping the position. Unless there's a last... No, it's a last-ditch effort and he's gone into the pits. And he's got a penalty for speeding into the pit lane. Oh, that is sad. Mansell's back, spins into the pit lane. And that's how he ends his race. Wow. Well, GG to everyone in the league for this race. Sorry the safety car effed it up. But, yeah. Well done to Reese for winning. Also getting fastest lap. Well deserved. Brown did do a really good comeback drive though. And honestly, from starting 8th in this part of the race, definitely think without some of the fights he could have challenged Reese for the win. Quite a few penalties here in this midfield pack. In fact, Golub actually had quite a lot of penalties, so if Mansell just hadn't sped into the pit lane, he would have got that position. So it's unfortunate there. Unfortunate for everyone else who retired as well. But that is all from me. I will see you next week for round number 9. Peace.